I'm looking at the November 30th edition of Raw now. The host opens up the show and says they've got a great show planned. The Hart Dynasty defend their WWE Tag Team titles against MVP and Mark Henry. As of now, the tag team has one set of belts. It's called the WWE Tag Team Championship, but I'm keeping the rule that the champions can go to any of the 3 shows to defend their titles. Big Show's music plays and he comes down towering over the host. He says that now that he's cut Jericho loose, he deserves a shot at Cena's title. The host instead says that he has plans for Big Show that do involve Cena. Tonight he'll team up with Randy Orton to take on John Cena and Ted DiBiase. He also announces that if SmackDown can have a TLC match at the pay-per-view, so can Raw. Therefore, the US title will be defended at TLC in a TLC match, and the first qualifying match is next. Kofi Kingston takes on Jack Swagger in one of 3 qualifying matches tonight. Towards the end, Kingston starts to get the upper hand when Rhodes comes down and costs Kofi the win. As Cody's backing up, the host comes out again on stage and says that since Cody's so amped up to come down and interfere, his qualifying match is next, and Kofi's going to be the guest referee, which causes Kofi and the crowd to cheer. The next qualifying match is Cody Rhodes taking on Evan Bourne. Even though Kofi is probably aching to get his hands on Cody, he calls the match down the middle, though he does allow Evan a lot of leeway to take advantage of Cody. When Cody goes for his covers, Kofi is careful to make sure Cody isn't cheating, like refusing to count when Cody has his foot on the ropes. Finally, Evan does a shooting star press onto a prone Rhodes and gets the pin amid the cheering crowd. Kofi holds up Evan's arm and they celebrate while Cody retreats to lick his wounds. MVP and Mark Henry are backstage getting ready for their title match when D.H. Smith and Tyson Kidd walk by. MVP congratulates them on winning their first title, and D.H. does the same for winning the number 1 contenders match last week. All 4 men agree that they're going to bring the house down tonight. Big Show meets up with Orton and says he hopes they're on the same page tonight. He's seen how Randy treats people, and if he tries anything on him or tries to get in his way of the title, he'll just step on Orton. Randy says the Big Show's let holding the tag titles delude his perceptions. There's a pecking order for the title Cena has, and Orton is at the top of that list. That's funny, Randy, because I seem to remember you losing at bragging rights, which means you get sent back to the bottom of the ladder. Have fun climbing back up. With that, Big Show leaves a mildly annoyed Orton. The last TLC qualifier sees Sheamus take on Carlito Colon. Primo comes down with his brother in support. A pretty no-nonsense match that sees Sheamus get the pin after a hard-fought battle. It seems that rejoining with his brother has revitalized Carlito, and he really impresses the crowd during this match. John Cena is gabbing with the host with the Bella Twins when Ted DiBiase joins the group. He and John shake hands, then does the same with each Bella and the host. They all agree that both men had a classic match the previous week. Cena says anytime Ted wants another match, even if it's not for the title, he'll be happy to accommodate. But he wants to know if he's ready for their match later on tonight against Orton and Big Show. Ted says absolutely, he's been aching to get a shot at Orton without his lackey Rhodes interfering. John agrees and says they'll do fine. Shawn Michaels is walking backstage with a purpose with Triple H trailing behind when Todd Grisham tries to get a word with him. HBK seems to be mumbling to himself, and when Todd tries to get his attention, Shawn attacks him, easily taking Todd down. He doesn't seem to realize what he's done and goes back to walking towards an unknown destination. Hunter comes upon Todd and looking down at him, just shrugs. The next match is the Hart Dynasty defending their WWE Tag Team titles against MVP and Mark Henry. The match goes for 15 minutes with each team getting the upper hand only to lose it. But things get chaotic when Shawn Michaels comes walking down the ramp and starts to get into the ring. The ref tries to stop him and gets a fist to the face for his efforts. When Shawn gets into the ring, none of the men in the match know what to do. MVP tries to talk to HBK, and just as it looks like he's getting through, Shawn attacks MVP, and then gives Mark a super kick. Tyson and DH try to double team him, only to fall to him as well. The ref, by now aware of what's going on, calls this a no contest. Hunter comes running down, but the damage is done. Shawn demands an official to give him a mic. "Give me a damn mic!" He starts yelling about being showed up by men he can't gain revenge on because they're on the B show, and believe me, it is the B show. He says that sometime down the road he'll get Batista and Punk, and they'd better watch their backs at TLC. He then starts to talk about how he and Hunter deserve the tag team titles and were cheated out of being #1 contenders last week by the host. This week's host comes out, pissed that Shawn has ruined the title match. "You've got a lot of stones to come down and cost these boys their chance at the title, not to mention ruining my show. That's why at TLC, they're getting their shot again. It's going to be the Hart Dynasty versus MVP and Mark Henry. There won't be anything you can do either, because DX will be banned from the venue." Cole and Lawler are shocked that DX will not be at TLC due to Shawn's outburst, as is the crowd. And before Hunter can quell the situation or talk to the host storms away and says he doesn't want to hear about it. Cena's getting ready for his tag match when the Big Show finds him. He stands looking up at the giant towering over him, but shows no fear. Big Show says he's coming after Cena's title, and after tonight, Cena will have one more reason to watch his back. Cena says that he doesn't fear a new challenger and says anytime, anywhere. Show laughs and says Cena has a death wish. "Well, your wish is soon to be fulfilled. See you in the ring." With that, Big Show leaves. The next match is a non-title women's match between Melina and Maurice. The stipulation is that if Maurice wins, she'll get a title match next week. Melina tries hard and comes close to winning, but Maurice cheats to win. Finally, we come to our main event, John Cena and Ted DiBiase taking on the Big Show and Randy Orton. This is a good 15-minute match. Show and Randy show signs that they can't work well together. Randy takes it to John for a while, but the crowd goes wild when Cena gets a hot tag to Ted, and former partners now face each other for the first time. Ted dominates for a bit, but his emotions get the better of him and he falls after making a rookie mistake, which Randy takes advantage of. Towards the end, chaos ensues and all four men fight in the ring. The end sees Big Show get a huge chokeslam on Cena, but when he goes for the cover, Cena kicks out. Big Show gives John another chokeslam and goes for the cover, but Cena gets a shoulder up. Finally, Big Show goes for a third chokeslam, but Cena starts to counter, and the crowd cheers that Cena might turn the tables, but then he falls to an RKO by Randy, who has managed to beat down Ted. Randy goes for the cover, but Big Show pulls him off of Cena. They start to argue, allowing Cena to get back up and go on the attack, but Big Show notices and grabs John, pulling him into a third chokeslam. Randy gets attacked by a recuperated Ted, and Big Show pins Cena. The crowd boos as Big Show stands over a fallen Cena. The last image is of Show holding his arm up and laughing.